Hey guys, welcome back to my series on my channel called My Makeup Stash. Today we are going to be talking about all of my foundations. I'm going to literally show you all the foundations I own and tell you what I think about them. My next makeup stash will be on my high-end blushes. Okay, my disclaimers. I gotta give disclaimers. I have a lot of foundations, and because I have so many, I'm actually excluding tinted moisturizers and BB creams, CC creams even. Anything targeted like that is not going to be included. So like It Cosmetics CC creams and BB creams, I won't be talking about them in this video. I'm going to specifically talk about foundations advertised and labeled as a foundation. So I'm going to start out with my all-time favorite foundation, like ever, the best foundation I have ever used. It used to be the Makeup Forever HD. That still is in second place, but my Makeup Forever Face and Body has taken the place of it. Honestly, I am someone who has more drugstore foundations than high-end, as you will see. The majority of my foundations are drugstore. But to me, Makeup Forever makes the best foundations. Like, the HD and this is amazing, and if you have oily skin, the Matte Velvet Plus I hear is fantastic as well. So yes, this is the Makeup Forever Face and Body. I have mine in the shade 20. This is my regular shade, and 32, this is my self-tanning shade. You're gonna see that if I really like a product, I have more than one, because sometimes I'm tan and sometimes I'm not. I love the packaging. I don't like the fact that it's glass, so I never travel with this, but I really love that it has a pump. This is a super watery, very liquidy foundation. This is honestly the best foundation I have ever used. It makes my skin completely flawless, and it has light coverage. So you would think that it wouldn't make my skin look flawless, but it does. When I put this on, it's like my pores completely diminish. My skin tone is really even, and it is a water-based gel foundation. It doesn't have any emulsifiers, and it creates like the most natural, it looks like skin basically. Like, you will put this foundation on and it will never ever look like you are wearing foundation. It's also waterproof. This is my most long wearing foundation ever. It lasts through a freaking rainstorm. It's amazing. But remember, it is very sheer. That's why it's like for face and body, because it'll just even everything out. The coverage is light coverage, but I swear that you can pile on 10 layers of this to get a medium coverage and it will never look cakey. So I have I have nothing negative to say about this except it smells terrible. It's not that it smells terrible, but it's very strong. But after I apply the rest of my face makeup, I can't smell it anymore. But that initial, it's a strong ass scent, and it's the best of the best. It doesn't break me out, which thank the Lord, because I used to love MAC Face and Body Foundation, but it broke me out horribly, which is crazy because this is like water. I don't get it. But yes. So, sorry I went on and on about it, but it's my favorite. My other favorite, as I just recently mentioned, is the Makeup Forever HD. I actually have two colors in the shade 140. It's my perfect color, and I love this foundation. I have a backup. I'm very sad to hear that they changed the formula, and a bunch of people were saying that they changed it and it's now better. If you didn't know, Makeup Forever formulated these foundations, the HD foundation, to look incredible in HD. So like with your HD camera, like in video, all that stuff, this foundation is supposed to look flawless with HD, and it does. So now their new HD foundation is supposed to be like compatible with like 4K, that like extra HD. But I'm really nervous to try out that formula because this one was already so good. I don't know why they changed it. I love this whenever I'm taking photos. This just looks great in pictures. I don't know what it is, but it's great. And I love that it's plastic and it has a pump. This is the foundation I always travel with. So in the winter, my face is like so dry. At least it was in Mississippi. I don't know how my skin is gonna react now that I'm back in South Florida, but in Mississippi, my face would like peel. It was so dry. And I ended up really loving the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I feel like no one likes this unless you have very dry skin. I have mine in 120, which is my normal shade, and 220 is my tan shade. And this is hella dewy, like hella dewy. But whenever my skin is like acting up and just looks like a snake, this picks it right back up. I love the finish. I just love that I look like Jennifer Lopez when I wear this. It's so moisturizing. I just love the Maybelline Fit Me line. And then not recently, but they came out with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. And I picked it up to mix with the regular Fit Me because sometimes this is just too dewy for me. So I find that this is perfect. I actually am in love with the Matte and Poreless. I have discovered that I like it even more than the original Fit Me, which is crazy. I just use like an illuminating primer and this sits so well on the skin. I really do feel like it's poreless almost. It doesn't accentuate my pores. It has like that demi-matte finish. It's not too matte, which I really appreciate. And it just looks beautiful. It just looks beautiful on the skin. I really highly recommend the Matte and Poreless. Then I have this guy, which you have not seen in a hot minute on my channel. It is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. I have mine in 3.0. It's the foundation I'm wearing today. I had not used this because during the winter, it was accentuating my dry patches a bit. But in the summer, I actually really like this. I had a love-hate relationship with this in the beginning and I was like, I don't know if it works for my dry skin, but then when my skin is like extra hydrated or it's feeling normal, it looks beautiful. So it's like sometimes I love it, sometimes I don't. But recently I have been loving it because I found that this lies beautifully on top of my Laura Mercier foundation primer in Radiance because this gives like a beautiful golden glow to the face and this sits so nicely on top of it. So I have been using it again. It claims to be weightless, ultra definition liquid makeup, and I completely agree. It kind of is weightless. I do not feel it on my skin at all. I will say that out of all my foundations, this one makes my skin feel the nicest. Like when I put it on and I touch my face, even if I don't set it, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. It sets so beautifully. My favorite drugstore foundation ever, that's what we will be talking about right now. It is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. I purchased mine for the first time off of Amazon, and then 2 subscribers had sent me other ones, like backups, because I cannot get this in the States, and I have a hard time finding my color on Amazon. I freaking love this. This is the best, like, affordable foundation ever. It's a serum. Let me tell you the colors I have. I have 52. I have 2 52s. This is my normal shade. And then I have one in 53, which is like when I'm a little bit more tan. I did a whole review on this like back in the dizzle. This is a gel foundation that supposedly lasts for 16 hours. I don't think it lasts that long, but it sits so nicely on my skin for the entire day. I don't get greasy. It doesn't cling onto my dry patches. This one, because it's the Healthy Mix Serum, is very luminous and like fresh looking. It's dewy. Like you look like you're having a very good skin day when you are wearing this. Like every time I put this on, I'm like, wow, I look so glowy and healthy. Healthy Mix. I get it. It has vitamins in this. It's vitamin-rich fruits, goji berry, pomegranate, all that stuff. It does smell like strong fruits. And at first it threw me off, but now I love the scent of this foundation. Like it's a treat while I apply it to my face. It's also hyperallergenic. It should not break you out. I have very sensitive skin and I find that this just works well with my skin. And then I do have the Bourjois Healthy Mix Foundation. This one has a pump too, by the way. There are 2 different foundations, but they're very similar. I love that this one also has a pump. I like to wear the Healthy Mix more in the summertime. This one works really well in the summer and in the winter, but since this one is a little bit more of that semi-matte finish, I like to wear it in the summer. It gives a semi-matte but like a healthy glow as well. It's crazy, it's so good. It says it's also for 16 hours and it has fruit therapy. By the way, the Bourjois serum says it's anti-fatigue. Anyway, I'm highly impressed by the Healthy Mix range from Bourjois, and I highly recommend them if you can get them in your country. They're so good. So another drugstore foundation I have, and I loved it when I first purchased it, and I haven't used it in so long. It's the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. It has an SPF of 20. I haven't even told you guys the SPF in these things. I don't think Bourjois has SPF. Neither does the Naked Skin. The Fit Me has SPF 18. and none of the Makeup Forever ones have SPF. I hate when foundation has SPF in it. And I know that SPF is really important for you, but I like to apply my own SPF underneath my foundation. That way, if I want to wear that same foundation at nighttime and take pictures, I don't have an SPF flashback. If your foundation has a high SPF, sometimes in photography, you have like a white cast on your face, and I hate that. That's why I like applying my own SPF and then just not have SPF on if I'm going on at night. This has SPF 20, and I like wearing this during the daytime. It does make your skin look healthy. Like, this is the Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. It does make your skin look healthy. It's not too dewy, it's not too glowy, but it's not matte, it's not satin. It's that perfect healthy look to your skin. Those are my favorite types of foundations. The coverage, I would say, is medium, but very buildable. And a lot of people compare this to the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. Everyone says it's a dupe. I loved the NARS Sheer Glow, but I had to return it because it broke me out really badly in like white little bumps all over my face. This doesn't break me out. So if you are into the NARS Sheer Glow, check out the Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. I don't know if they're dupes because I don't really remember, but this is a good one. Okay, so another one that I don't really use, and it's because I'm not so over the moon obsessed. This is the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation, and I think they reformulated this or they discontinued it. I'm not exactly sure. I have mine in Bamboo Beige. This is like when I'm fresh tan, like when I just apply my tan. Maybe that's why I haven't used it so much. It says it's a luminous formula, but I find it just a little bit heavy on my face. It is that moussey consistency, but for everyday wear, it's not my favorite. This looks gorgeous if I'm like going out at nighttime and I want like that flawless full coverage, because to me, this gives me full coverage. This looks great for like nighttime makeup. It's just a little bit heavier than my lightweight foundations, which is why I don't grab for it as much. And let me know down below if you know if this got discontinued or what they did with this formula. Another similar foundation that I have is the Rimmel Stay Matte foundation. I have mine in True Ivory. This is like my winter shade, which is why I haven't used it in a while. But when this first came out, I did a review on it and I loved it. I remember loving it. And it's really similar to this. It has that same consistency. It's like moussey. I actually got complimented so many times on my skin when I wore this foundation. It's pretty ridiculous. Like every time I wore it, someone's like, whoa, what foundation are you wearing? Your skin looks flawless. And it was this. More drugstore. I only have like drugstore blushes. Rarely do I buy a high-end blush. Have I said blush this whole time? This is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Luminous. This is a new one to my collection. I recently did a review on it, so you can go check that out. I have mine in 842, and I don't think this has SPF. Huh. I love this foundation. I didn't notice the little shimmers in this until I was looking at the bottle recently, but the shimmers, the little like gold shimmers don't show up on your face at all. Like you don't have glitters on your face like you do with the Cosmetics CC Plus Illumination. This crap is glittery. I love how this makes my skin look. It's very dewy, very fresh, and it's dewy, but it has really great coverage. It's buildable, and you get that flawless coverage with the dewy J-Lo effect. I love that it has a pump. I really have been enjoying this foundation recently. And another one that I recently picked up is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, because everyone has been talking about this. I have mine in 103 Natural Buff. This is like super matte on my skin. I have dry skin, but I just wanted to try it out because everybody loved it. This is so matte. But if I use a very illuminating primer, this looks really nice on the skin and it lasts forever. If you have oily skin and you haven't tried this, you need to try this in your life. If you have normal skin and you haven't tried it, try it, because this will last you throughout your entire workday. And it's oil-free. It's good stuff. This is the Cover FX Natural Finish Oil-Free Foundation. I find it to be kind of similar, just not as matte. I have mine in the shade G30. I haven't been using this as much as I did when I first got it. It's full coverage. It looks really nice on the skin. Your makeup looks really pretty on top of it. And Cover FX is actually one of those brands that tries to put the best they can in their ingredients. Like their ingredients are actually really good for you. They're not like incredibly natural or anything, but if you like read up on Cover FX, their ingredients are actually better than your average foundation or anything. So this is a good one. Okay, so my other favorite drugstore foundation. I said that this was my favorite drugstore foundation, but this one is as well, so it's like a tie. This is the Revlon Color Stay foundation. This is the first foundation I ever purchased in my life, ever. I didn't start wearing foundation until I was 18 years old, and this is the first one I purchased. And I have mine for normal to dry skin. I hate the Revlon Color Stay foundation that's targeted to oily skin because it's way too heavy on my skin. It looks cakey. It feels like a mask. I hate it. But this one, I actually really love. I only like to apply this with a beauty blender because a beauty blender shears it out a little bit and it gives me a more natural finish. This is hella full coverage. But it's great on those days where you're like, dude, I just need full coverage. I need my makeup to last. I need that. And that's when I go for this. It lasts forever, ever. I have Fresh Beige, my tan shade, and 150 Buff, which is too light for me even when I'm not tanning, but I just mix a drop of this. Okay, we're almost done. I have two more to share with you guys. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup. This has an SPF of 20 and I'm in the shade W3. I love this. I love that it has a pump. I think this foundation is great. I used to have the L'Oreal True Match, the regular one, and I really liked it too, but I found that I just always reached for this one more, so I just gave that one away. This looks so beautiful on the skin, like very dewy, very luminous, but it doesn't make you look greasy at the end of the day. I recently purchased the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. When I hit 1 million subscribers, I was like, oh my god, I hit 1 million subscribers, I'm gonna go treat myself to that Giorgio Armani foundation that I've always wanted. I bought it, I used it twice, hated it, and returned it. It made me look like a greasy hot dog at the end of the day. It didn't last. It was beautiful the second I applied it, and it looked great in that video where I was using it. But by like 4 hours in, I just looked greasy, and it looked like it was breaking apart. It was the weirdest thing. My face also itched when I wore it. It was the strangest thing. But for $62, I was like, oh no, you better change my life for $62. So I returned it. I don't think it's worth the money. Everybody told me to buy it. Everybody loves it. I know a lot of you guys are looking at this like, oh, you didn't like Luminous Silk? And but it didn't work for me personally. I don't think $62 girls, that's expensive, okay? And I don't think it was worth it. But anyway, I love the True Match Lumi. It gives me that luminous glow without feeling like a hot dog. And then the last foundation I want to share with you guys is my most recent foundation. This is the EX1 Invisiwear Liquid Foundation. I was sent like all of them, and let me tell you that the color selection sucks for this EX1 Invisiwear foundation because I have mine in F100 and it's my color and it's the lightest color that they have, and I know that there are girls more fair than I am, so they need to like step it up with their color selection. But anyway, this foundation is amazing. I'm so impressed with this. I am over the moon in love with this foundation. It only took one try for me to be like, wow, this is so good. I went to the EX1 website because I believe you could only get this online. I think if you go to the EX1 website, it also tells you places where you can purchase it. Just go on their website. But they claim to be really great for olive skin tones. So this foundation works well with a tan, but it looks literally invisible on your skin. It's creamy and it goes on your skin like so soft, so easy to blend, and it just makes your skin look flawless. It has like medium coverage and it just looks evened out and beautiful. It's not matte, it's not dewy, it's just like perfect. Okay, so those were all the foundations I own. Let me know if you want to see primers, or would face primers be kind of like a stupid makeup stash video? I don't know. Let me know. My next makeup stash video will be on high-end blushes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this makeup stash series and I hope it's kind of helpful. I love you guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.